Pepito. Wana, come here, baby. Come here, Wana. Dali. I'm in heaven. I'm in heaven. I'm in heaven. I don't know the rest of the song. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna be talking to you on the other side, alright? It's about life again, random topic. I'm just showing off my 3 dogs. This is Juana, Pepito, and the short leg. Short leg is very naughty. Come here, short leg. Short leg is a very naughty and very protective. Yes, he is. Alright, guys. So much for the show. So I love this time of the day. No workers, nobody here. Ron is not here. Anyway, he's having a good time with my brother-in-law. So it's Saturday. So it's rest day for everyone. I have nobody to clean the yard. None. So I was the one who basically cleaned this morning. And I changed clothes just for show, for you guys, for you. Alright, now see you later. Good morning, everyone. This is Dean. Welcome back to the channel. It's a beautiful day, actually. Today, me and Short Leg will accompany you and we'll be talking to you about something else. Actually, today, I'm by myself here. Well, Ruel is here. He's washing the car. But I normally do not have anybody here during weekends. So my husband is out there playing tennis. So that's a good thing for him. So today, after I got finished with the yard, I'm here to talk to you about something very random topic. It's about avoid leaving the Philippines broke. And this is intended for OFWs as well as for expats who visit in the Philippines, okay? They, sometimes if the experience is bad, especially finances or the financial aspect is bad, they tend to blame the country that they became broke because of the country. It's not really the Philippines. It is actually because of you. It's the way you handle your money. It's the way you decided and trying to prioritize everything in your life, okay? If you don't have discipline in your life, then you're gonna be broke a lot of times in your life, okay? Example for this is the OFWs. Coming back to the Philippines is a very happy thing for all OFWs, and I understand that. You tend to do parties here and there for the whole family to enjoy. Go vacationing, go to resorts, expensive resorts in fact, so that the family can enjoy. And you use your credit card in purchasing everything. The sky is the limit, okay? Disregarding where it came from, disregarding that your savings has been done or you had that savings for about 5 years of working abroad. Disregard that. I will blow it just for about few days. That's a bad thing, okay? Now, when you go back to your parents' house, your house is starting to get dilapidated, the old house. So you tend to remodel everything, but it's still under your mother's name, okay, or your father's name. But you know what? After they die, it's gonna be split among children, okay? Sometimes there's gonna be squabbles. When in fact, you are the one who spent it all. You are the one who even bought the property, but it's under the name of your parents. But they're gonna have, that's a communal property. So at the end of everything, when your mommy dies, everybody has a part of that particular investment. Now, to beat that, get you a piece of property that you can afford and put you a little house. Or you can put anything you want based on what you want, okay? Nice and comfortable for your parents to stay. Let them stay there till they die. You can even make your sisters live there, but that's still gonna be under your name. The title is under your name. After everything, you are the owner. Number 2, do not buy cars for everybody because that's a negative cash flow. Number 3, I told you about the banca system, which is bad. Never buy land where you're gonna put the title under your nieces or nephews, okay? Never do that, because they can have a change of heart, especially when they're gonna get married to somebody who are not very good people, okay? They can really disown you later on. They are, after all, the owner of that property legally, okay? Not morally. Morals, forget about that. They're gonna forget you. They're gonna screw you for your money, most of them. Because they have their own family, they're gonna have to be secured. So, that's their property. Legally, that's their property. So, you're gonna be crying broke. Never start a business without you around. Okay, if you're gonna be the one to manage, it's all right. But if your family is the one to manage it, my goodness, you're gonna be asking for trouble. Initially, maybe they're gonna give you a little bit dollar here and there, but goodness, they're gonna tap into your account. They're gonna see how much you have there. They're gonna use that money in case of any kind of event, like if they need a new cell phone, new gadgets, new furniture, whatever. They even can use your money to buy them another real estate under their name. So think about that, guys, before you do that, okay? So be here when you start a business. For foreigners, especially when a foreigner has just been married for a few months, and because they're so emotional during that time, they're gonna be showing off everybody that they can afford it. So they're gonna be throwing parties here and there, and mind you, you're gonna be the one to pay for that. Every bit of that. They're going to have a lechon for you, but who's gonna pay for that? It's gonna be you as a foreigner who will pay for that. It's our culture. Whoever has money will be the one to pay, okay? To beat that is you have to have a budget, all right, guys? Have a budget, how much you can chip in, and be frank with the lady that you can only afford. She will ship 3,000 pesos for that $40,000 bill, 40,000 pesos bill for that particular party. Do not buy your young lady, guys, a new subdivision house and lot. Do not do that, especially if you just got married for maybe 1 year or 2 years. That's not enough. That's a big mistake, guys. You have to have a stable marriage first before you're gonna even pay for everything. All right, guys? Because once you split up, the expat do not have any kind of legal ownership in that particular property. So you're gonna be going back home crying and broke, okay guys? So, if you're gonna marry a young person, I might be biased because I'm already old. I'm in my 60s. But me and my husband has been married 25 years, okay? Before we started this property here. Plus I have my own job, you know. So I have my own income. So I'm different. So if you're gonna get married to a young lady, be particular. If they would start asking you to buy them houses, house and lot, plus start a business, because those girls has a tendency to secure themselves because they have not even started life yet. They have no accomplishment yet. They have nothing. Okay? The only way they can achieve this, milk the foreigner. Milk them. Give them, I will be very blunt here. Give them as much as you can. Give them sex. Okay? That's the only capital they have. That's all they have. I do not know, guys. I might be a little bit blunt here, but I am realistic because a lot of expats are crying back to their country. And then it's all the Philippines' fault. My goodness, the Philippines has nothing to do with your stupidity, okay? Really nothing to do with that because you made a mistake. So please, a lot of these mistakes are foreseeable, preventable. Use your common sense, not because of your emotions and impulse on expenses. So prioritize, prioritize, prioritize. And you're not gonna cry back to your country. You should be smiling. So guys, God bless you and may you'll have a good day. Bye-bye. Dali! Dali! Say hello. Say hello, 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 hello. Pepito. Short leg. Come here, Wana. Come here. Wonderful day. Really wonderful. Life is wonderful. Especially when you're happy. Well, I am happy overall. Love you guys. Bye-bye.